Hello everyone and welcome to another Golden Age Stories stream. Today we are playing Mage the Ascension Technogate 1999. We are going to the planet of the flesh and bone. Set in the year 1999, our game focuses on the Technocracy construct in Madison, Wisconsin called Technogate that uses an encapsulated black hole to travel through deep space and other universes. Our heroes are Technogate Team 42, a newer team comprised of Phaedra, Tycho, Robert, and Malakai. I'm your storyteller, Frozen Fallout, and let's start off with a round of introductions here. Phaedra, go ahead and tell us a little bit about your character and what she looks like.
Alrighty. Phaedra is a 27-year-old black female from Vegas. She migrated to Madison, trying to hunt down her mother's killer with the help of her group from the Technocracy. That's also how she got in. She did end up defeating him. She is a progenitor, so a technomage that deals more in science. And she usually wears disheveled clothes with a lab coat, white blouse, black slacks, anything you can think of that came from a Goodwill. So that's her character.
Awesome. Tycho, tell us a little bit about your character and what he looks like.
Tycho is white male, 25 years old, kind of tall and lanky, probably about 6'1", short hair. He wears goggles a lot and retro futuristic clothing, so lots of metallics. Think recent Star Trek. Yeah. He grew up at the Construct in Madison. His father was the legendary adventurer Buck Samsonite, who disappeared when Tycho was only 5 years old. Tycho blames himself, but Tycho's mother also blames herself. Tycho's mom has been the leader of the R&D division at Technogate, and up until getting on Technogate Team 42, Tycho was running around in the Umbra with some werewolves, and that ended tragically, and now he's here.
Awesome, thanks. And Robert, tell us a little bit about your character and what he looks like.
So, Robert is just kind of your average looking guy, just medium length to short brown hair, nice suit and tie, always carrying a briefcase with him. He started out as a psychiatrist for the Technocracy, just dealing with people who had kind of seen some stuff and needed to talk to someone, and through that eventually ended up getting roped into working with the Technogate team and having his mind kind of blown along the way. But yeah, otherwise just kind of not really anyone that stands out in a crowd, and yeah, that's Robert.
Awesome. And Malakai, tell us a little bit about your character and what he looks like.
Yeah, Malakai is 6 foot tall, stocky build. Came from a military family. Progressed well to the point where he was noticed by the Technocracy. Rose the ranks in Technocracy before making some friends with reality deviants, which was a problem. Got him side-moded into a protection role for the civilian TG-42. Generally dresses in casual clothes, jeans, flannels, stuff that's comfortable and durable. But also has his tactical gear if need be, as he's the soldier boy.
Awesome. All right, and so we find our heroes. They have been currently investigating into the location of a realm in deep space called, or a planet in deep space called Altered Earth. This is a replica of Earth that was created after the bombs were dropped in August 6th of 1949. There was some kind of quantum reaction that happened in deep space that kind of created this weird alternate Earth that kind of had a similar timeline, but was doomed to Armageddon. However, a reality deviant by the name of Adam Livin came in and saved this planet from its utter destruction with great feats of technocratic abilities and shutting down all the bombs before they were dropped onto everybody. But it was in the midst of the Armageddon that he came and then just kind of took control over this planet. Technogate Team learned of this realm, and after receiving a distress call from Buck Samsonite, the father of Tycho and one of the original members of the first Technogate Team, they arrived at the realm using one of the newest starships of Technogate Command that was completed just recently and allowed them to travel to this deep realm. Or deep planet. That is one thing too that we're trying to work a little bit harder on, trying to say planets instead of realms and multiverse instead of like Umbra, stuff like that. In any case, there is a force field that is locking this planet away, and there are 6 nodes that are located throughout the multiverse on Earth, within near space, the Tempest, mid-space, deep space, and high space. Which I've got to find some better terminologies for them, to be honest. Anyways, all 6 of these nodes have to be destroyed in order to bring down the barrier that shields this realm and save Buck Samsonite, who has been missing in action since he left on a top-secret mission that only Control, the ruling entity of the Technocracy, knows the details of. We find our heroes currently on their spaceship, heading to a planet of flesh and bone, where one of these nodes are located. Along the way, they have picked up a vampire claiming to be from the Black Hand, and on a mission to destroy this planet, which he believes to be an entity that he calls the Soul Eater. So currently, I'm going to say, so we've kind of, been, I think, a week has kind of gone by, and you guys have about 2 more weeks left at this point. Is there anything that you guys want to do during week 2? And we'll start off with Tycho. Tycho, you might be on mute, or am I alone?
Or we can move on to...
Nope.
Yep.
There he is.
Sorry, I was saying it, but I hit the mute button, and it didn't work. Yeah, I want to continue working on that interface cube.
Okay. So you're just studying the interface cube?
Yeah, I think that's what we're looking for on the planet. Is that correct?
Yep. Would it be sufficient to say that you'd be looking for something that would allow you to locate the cube?
Yeah. I think last time I was saying I want to learn about it by trying to build one.
Oh, yes.
And you said that it basically takes 5 dots in 3 different spheres. And so I kind of want to continue to try to build one, but I will concentrate on figuring out how to find one. I understand.
Okay. Yep, so we'll have your character is doing some lab work on, basically you've kind of built a replica that's not, doesn't do exactly what it is, but a very minor version of it at this point. for this week, and you've been kind of just looking for ways on how to, find a resonance that will allow you to kind of track where this would be located once you arrive on the planet. Phaedra, what would you like to be doing for the week?
I think I was talking to Robert about making myself a mental failsafe for in case I'm taken over. I am infected.
Okay. So you're looking for kind of building up a mental barrier that will allow you to or what do you want the failsafe, I guess, to do if you get taken over?
If there was a way to make a mental compartment, like, I don't know, like if I feel like it's coming over, I can like shut off a part of myself so it's not contaminated, or completely shut myself off completely. If that's like,
I could definitely, we could go with like you could fall into a sort of torpor, especially since you've been dealing with vampires. You're kind of discovering this concept of torpor. And you could probably shut your body down into that state, and you see that it does seem to stop the growth of the of this parasitic creature when you are in that state. And you would be able to survive for, extended periods of time, if not hundreds of years, possibly. It's kind of like a stasis mode that you kind of can put yourself into.
okay.
And with having a vampire currently in stasis and one that they're currently in torpor and one that's not in torpor, you have great ability to see what's going on and kind of study that live, as they say. So let's have you go ahead and make a medicine plus intelligence roll.
Difficulty?
Difficulty of 7. Also, hey, Dame Nation, awesome. Thank you for showing up and checking this out. And yeah, spaceships are awesome. Had to get these guys into a spaceship as soon as possible.
I got a 0. Can I re-roll for a difficulty of 8?
Yep, you can go ahead and do difficulty 8. First day or so, you're like, I just don't quite understand what's going on here. All right, so go ahead and do an Arte roll, difficulty of 6. All right, so I would say at this point, yeah, if the creature that is kind of inside of your, you've kind of been able to kind of section off and get an idea of what's going on. Do you have any mind? Actually, you have mind 1, right?
I have mine 2.
Mind 2. Okay, yep, definitely. You're able to kind of get this idea of what the consciousness that's messing with you, as well as how to put yourself into a stasis. So you will be perfectly, if you get taken over by this thing, you'll shut down into the stasis that you've designed for yourself. How though are you doing this? So the main thing that I want to just kind of get from you is if you could paint us a portrait of what your character is doing in order to create this effect.
So I'm trying to boost my intelligent awareness by inserting different chemicals to enhance my genetic code to be aware of it. Basically trying to isolate my blood in comparison to the vampire that's Comatose's blood to find the outlier to boost my antibodies.
Okay. Awesome. I like it. All right. Let's move on to Robert. What are you up to for the next week?
Well, I was thinking something kind of along those lines, but a lot less extreme. But I think based on the past couple weeks, I would like to set up more of a active monitor that would kind of scan for like odd brain activity from me, like outside of baseline, like certain hormones and stuff triggering, and would then emit a sound wave that is calming through, like, I don't know, a certain type. It trigger like a ASMR response to like help me with like will saves and that kind of thing.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. I'll tell you what. Get me 4 successes, and I'll say you get a -2 on all difficulties regarding willpower rolls when that thing is activated.
All right, what am I rolling?
So I think the first thing we're going to be doing will be technology plus intelligence, difficulty of 8.
Four.
Ooh, all right. So then give me a Arte roll, difficulty of 3.
4.
Jesus Christ. All right, you're good. -2 on all difficulties regarding willpower
Sweet.
rolls when that is activated, when you're put into a hyper state off baseline. We'll say it lasts for the next willpower roll. So it's like once it's activated,
okay,
the next
yep, that's
willpower
fair.
roll after that. All right, and then Malakai, what would you like to be doing for the next week?
I will be checking in on our friend, chatting him up, making sure he's not getting bored and that he's happy. And then I'm going to work with Tycho on his on the detection, because like the next mission we're going to be running is we got to find this thing, and how are we going to find it? What are we going to do with it when we do find it? So I'm gonna work with him and try to figure something out.
All right. So one of the times that you're kind of like chatting them up with them, we'll say, some of the conversations are just kind of, normal, making people not wanting to be bored type conversations. But one of them that is of importance kind of comes up, which is he kind of lets you know what his plan is when he's arriving on the planet. So it is going to take him time. And he doesn't know how the planet will react to the presence of him and what he will be doing. But there is a ritual that he will have to do with the staff, and then once it's been completed, the process will start for the planet to be basically torn apart by a black hole.
Okay, well that'll be fun. We'll want to give it distance once it gets started, but It's going. I have a strong suspicion it's going to react very negatively. To you specifically, if not all of us, because we're all there with kind of the same purpose.
And this is where he hopes your ship will and your personnel will come in handy with fighting the planet off.
I'm just hoping my shit works on. We had issues with your with the crash landing of none of our stuff worked, and I'm just hoping that it's not the same.
I don't believe it would be. I believe it would be a little bit. My realm was specifically designed to be of a specific paradigm by another mage. I don't know if this entity, their rules might be different for sure, but I doubt that you will have the same. I doubt it would have the same aversion to your technology as my realm did.
Okay, well that's good. And you've never been there before, is that? And because you've been looking for it.
Correct.
Correct.
I have only heard of the first journey that was done to this planet, and given the paths that were taken in order to get there, I am one of the few that was allowed to journey back to try and find the origin. The rest were told, and I'm not allowed to come back to Earth either because of the chance of me being infected.
Oh, well, that's a bummer. Is there anything from the first trip that stands out in your mind of things that we're going to want to be looking out for?
There isn't a whole bunch that is well known about the first journey, and to be truthful, it was only one member of our clan who went there, and his tellings varied based upon when he was asked. We believe that he was infected while journeying through the deep Umbra. He was with a group of youth. There was a group of mages and kindred who were traveling the deep Umbra, and a Zemisi known as Andalian. I am really butchering that name. He was quite adept at his abilities to navigate these bizarre planes. On one of his last trips, he was attacked by a being even stranger than most. It constantly flowed and mutated, changing forms from moment to moment. Frustrated in his attempts to drive it off, he frenzied and bit the creature. It was then that vicissitude first passed into the blood of a vampire, and his soul was ever taken by the soul eaters. So even his encounter is not necessarily where the origin was, but I was able to piece together information regarding the banishment of the Eater of Souls. And I believe that the names are not incoincidental in that we fight the Soul Eaters, and a creature of disease and destruction. Not long after we found vicissitude came to Earth and needed to be banished by a group of werewolves. I believe that if I can destroy the source, this creature, this manifestation of the worm, as they say, that we can bring it to an end. but I imagine that we will encounter many beasts of fluid-changing form, soul eaters that will try and stop us.
Yeah, that's going to be a challenge. How long did you say your ritual takes to once you get going on it?
I will need 1 hour.
Oof, big oof. All right, we'll come up with something. I've got a week and a half to get ready, so. And I assume you have to be in one spot for it, but you're not going to be able to be walking around.
Correct.
Yeah. Getting a foothold and defending it for an hour, unknown planet with unknown resistance. My kind of party.
Yeah, just make things easy for you. You know, it's fine. Be fine. Like Tycho said, this is gonna be an easy mission. All right. I'm sorry. I know that you were talking to him. I'm forgetting what the other thing was. Is there anything else that you were doing for this week for preparation?
The other thing was going to work with Tycho to make modify the ship scanners to try to pinpoint the item that we need to find, or something along those lines.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a technology plus intelligence roll. And Tycho, are you back yet, or?
I am situated at home, yes.
Oh, sweet. If you could go ahead and give us the same roll with difficulty will be 4 for you, difficulty will be 6 for Malakai. Intelligence plus technology or hyper tech.
Difficulty 4, nice. Oh boy.
Ooh, wow.
I got 6.
All right, as long as Malakai doesn't botch. And
I tried to defend it.
Get a botch. No.
There it goes.
Look at that, a success. 2 successes. All right. So absolutely. Go ahead and both of you roll difficulty of 3 Arete. Boom,
Nice.
boom.
Oh wow! So that's 2. Oh, and Tycho.
Oh fuck.
2, 4, 6, 7, 8. 8 successes for me.
5 successes for Tycho. So you guys, before you're like a month out, and you've located the spot on the planet where this is already. You guys got this like crazy connection with like it seemed like the cube that you built is like almost molecular, like the molecules are very similar in like you were able to find the quantum wave of this cube that you're looking for, this energon cube basically. It is
That's pretty easy to see once you know what you're looking for. That subspace transmission that it's given off makes it.
It also is something that just is so foreign and different comparatively to the rest of what this planet is made out of. That it just is just to make it so that it's obvious on this planet, not necessarily everywhere else.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's apparently the flesh background is a nice invisible to scanners or whatever, but yeah.
Yeah, we just turned the dial to not flesh.
So you guys will be able to land right on the spot where this cube should be located.
All right. Since we did so well, can we go on to figure out what's the best way to turn it off? Since that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah. So, and I believe you've already done some research into that. So I'll just, if it hadn't been completed before, it definitely is completed at this point that you guys know how to safely, deactivate the cube. And you've kind of, along the lines of this, is that you guys have made your own little replica that's not necessarily does exactly what this does, but, simulates it enough that you're able to do a lot of cool little tests. And kind of figure out what the way of shutting this down, which is pretty much just entering in a code onto the cube itself, and you'll end up shutting it down.
Okay. Can we say I have made a device that does that, like one of those code breaker machines from
Absolutely.
movies?
Yeah, you just plug it in and it does it for you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I build a lever onto it, like a big one. Completely unnecessary.
Completely Tycho.
And all the LEDs go from red to green once it gets it.
Yeah.
All right. So
it beeps.
Let's have like a little bit of get together for you guys, a little scene, of it's been about a week. You guys have gone off and done your little things. Maybe if you guys want to talk, if you want to invite the vampire to this little meeting, but you guys are just kind of meeting up and deciding what you guys are going to be doing for the next week before you get there.
I would say let's do a non-vampire meeting first.
So how goes the
So meet me in my lab?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, we'll kick the interns out.
I need the room.
Could you not?
They're doing work.
I don't want them to hear stuff.
Also, where are the booties that I have at the door? Contamination.
Oh, this is like a clean lab.
Yes. Wash your hands.
I put on the booties.
How goes the
your
side project of control kill sounds like a bad word. Off switch?
My fail-safe plan is underway. I think I have half of what I want is already completed. The next part has to deal with my little buddy that I've just made. And then I whistle. Insurance comes over and is on my lap.
Ah! Can it talk? Oh, wait, yeah, I helped you build the talkie thing.
Yeah. Do you want to talk to Tycho?
Hello, insurance.
Hello.
Are you hungry?
I'm okay.
You're an abomination.
Fuck you.
I like it.
I like me too.
That's a creepy little fucker you made.
Watch your mouth. I'm trying not to teach him curse words. Thank you very much.
Hey, I didn't say I didn't like him. I kind of want one myself. Just, not that shape.
I'll think about a monkey.
So anyway, what were you working on now? This past?
Well, if worst case scenario does happen, and I'm in Turpor, I'm going to need a way to still be able to do my research. So I'm going to slowly start putting my consciousness into insurance.
Oh. Sure it's all going to fit in there?
Well, of course not. But Insurance's whole reason of being is to make sure that I'm okay. So I just need the parts that will help me get back to normal. Hence insurance.
Okay, that's pretty. I'm sorry. That's pretty effed up, even for me.
Why?
Oh, I don't know. Can't you do something normal like download yourself into a computer?
I don't like computers.
You know, lots of bleepy bloop lights and whistles.
I don't like being out of control. And anybody can access a computer.
I don't know. Anybody can smush a little animal.
Take that back.
You know what?
I'm sure it's cute.
I'm not going to smush him. I don't want to smush. I don't want to smush you.
Well, it's happening, okay? My way of things might be different, Tycho, but it works, so who cares?
I mean, I'm fine with it. Anyway, so is that all you were doing?
I mean, was I supposed to be doing something else?
Oh no, I thought you did that thing that shut you down.
Oh yeah, I already finished that.
Well, yeah, but you didn't tell.
Oh. Sorry, I've been in the lab a little longer than it's been a while since I talked to somebody else. Yes. Basically, if my body feels that it has been at least 80% taken over, it will go into basically a comatose state, shutting myself off. Vampires, I guess, use the word torpor, where I can be in a state not in an indefinite amount of time, because I'm not sure if my body would erode over time, but for a very long time.
And if this happens,
comes in to help me out.
So if you pass out, we got to drag you back to the lab and do something.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right.
Will your consciousness still be active while you're in torpor? Are you able to? Could we put a mind reading headband on you and still talk to you?
Yes.
Yeah. And then you also have insurance who will probably give you directions as well. I'm working on it. It's not completely finished. Give me a second.
So,
Well,
is there like a way to connect the two of you where like it downloads? Is it kind of like a smushy tentacle, or are you still? If you're still working on it, I'm sorry, I don't want to suggest anything.
Yeah, I'm still working on it. Basically what I'm doing is I'm taking a bit of my spinal fluid each time and injecting it into his spinal fluid so that my consciousness is slowly being inserted. But did you want to hear that?
Yeah, Tycho dry heaves just a couple times, like, oh god, needles. Yeah.
I gave you the spark notes for a reason.
Oh god.
Malakai's surprisingly cool with all of this. Just another way to do things. But yeah, we'll have to figure out, at least for this particular, unless if you think you can have it done by the meat planet.
I don't know.
Otherwise, we could just rig up a chair for you. We'll bring it back, put you in the chair, and then we can.
It might take me about a week to get it all completely inserted.
Okay, well, have to let us know. We just want to know what to do, in the event of it triggering.
Is that all for you?
Tycho, you're good with machines.
Kind of my thing. Kind of.
Could you make like a device that would just like, if I did went into torpor, would take me back to the ship immediately?
Ooh.
Like just set it up to my vitals?
Trying to think of how that would work. Like a little robot that would come and get you.
Yeah.
A floating platform. We could do a data effect. It's kind of teleport, but I don't have the access to that kind of stuff. Does the ship have short range transporters?
Yes, it does. And Phaedra actually, I believe, has the ability to teleport these days. With 3.
Oh yeah, you could
data,
probably
3 in life.
you could probably trigger the onboard data transfers system to download you back to the lab.
Huh. I'm gonna go check that out right now then.
Out of game, data is correspondence.
Yes.
Doing technocrat speak.
Please, I have correspondence 3.
I was also confused, actually. I was like, why hasn't anybody mentioned correspondence yet? That's obviously what's needed here. But
Correspondence is what reality deviants call it.
those dirty deviants.
I hate them.
Nobody hears a reality deviant, right?
I like shooting them with lasers.
Different way to do things.
Except for werewolves and vampires. Those guys are cool. Just those damn dirty tradition mages. I can't believe we were nice to those ones on Mars.
What have the tradition mages done to your character?
He's just bought into all the. He's a technocrat from the beginning.
I am a child of propaganda.
And
Grew up during the Cold War.
You did. This is true. It's true. All right.
So I'll help Phaedra with a data transfer effect later.
Yep, we still have 1 week.
Cool.
All right. Is there any other coordination that you guys kind of want to do before splitting off to do something for the week? Because it sounds like we're moving towards with some more actions for the week.
Oh, I probably should mention. I've been checking in with our vampire friend just to, make sure everything's kosher. And he mentioned that he has a ritual that he needs to perform on planet that takes an hour. He also brought up a concern that the planet may not like him being there, and which took me back to Phaedra, you mentioning that it literally said don't go there, and so there's a good chance the planet is going to react negatively, and we're going to have to defend him for an hour. Just to keep that in your minds this coming week, that we might have to hold still in one spot for an hour while he does his thing.
Along those same lines, good news, everyone. And I hold up the device, and it's got like the plug-in port and a big lever and a bunch of lights. And I press a button, and it beep 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 beep. And I'm like, this is going to turn off the thing I didn't tell you guys about. So the cube, the control cube that's powering the altered Earth force field, theoretically. I built a replica in the cargo bay, and turns out hanging out with Malakai and busting out some tunes makes it really easy to figure shit out. So going to be able to turn off the cube real quick. Does anybody care?
He didn't have to. I mean, I was there for it, so I know what's going on.
I'm trying to wrap my head around what you just explained.
What?
Okay, so when I was a small child, my father disappeared.
Oh my god, we don't have to go that far back.
Too far back.
Anyway, so I found my father's journal, and it turns out he might have built the shield around Altered Earth, and some of the drawings inside his journal show the control cubes that are drawing power from the nodes that we're trying to find. And so I built a replica, and I figured out how to turn them off. And instead of making it simple, I put a big lever on it and made it beep.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Nice job.
It is entirely chromed. Tycho said that out loud. He's waiting for a response.
As all things retro.
Anyway, Robert.
Should be.
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
In the spirit of making sure that I never break into song again, I have engineered a device that will detect abnormal levels of certain hormones within my bloodstream and brain, and such as serotonin and adrenaline, and if those levels spike too much, it'll calm me back down. I'm gonna call it the agitation analyzer. I look around like I'm expecting a little bit of applause or something.
Does it only work on you?
Oh. Yes?
That's really awesome.
I mean, it's a prototype. If it works well while we're out, I mean, obviously I'm going to make some for you guys. I wouldn't want to put you through something like this if it hadn't been tested, you know?
Yeah.
So y'all get mad at me when I make up weird concoctions to test on each other, but like he could just change your mental state. It's fine.
Well, for the record, he's testing this on himself. I suppose you test on yourself first too. I just feel like I'm the experiment a lot more when I'm in your lab.
Yeah, and his thing like scans people and then plays music. Like your shit is all like
I wouldn't call it music. I mean, it's. I found the most efficient sub-audible and super-audible tones that induce an ASMR type soothing effect within the human body. I look around for applause again.
I mean, camel tea does the same thing.
Yep,
Tycho,
but you never done something right if you didn't over-engineer it.
Wow, that would make a great product for people's homes. It would probably reduce domestic abuse by like 50%.
Yeah, but you know, prototype.
If only there was a way to get some sort of recording device / speaker in every home in America.
No one would ever buy into it.
Yeah, no one would ever do that.
World's just not ready.
Anyway, cool. Do we need to talk to the vampire together?
If you guys want to clarify his ritual or anything about it, I didn't really get strict details. I assume that there's not like a blood sacrifice, and he actually needs us to power it, or.
Yeah, no, we should probably sit down with him and, figure out if he needs anything from us.
Besides to protect him, he didn't say.
Yeah. I mean, he might be able to give us some insight as to how we might be able to protect him. You know,
he did mention the soul eaters, which are like these. They're basically like humanoids, except that they just are writhing flesh that changes constantly. And
have you guys seen Akira?
Super gross. No, I've seen artist depictions of the great old ones that Cthulhu and the like. What's his name wrote about
Lovecraft.
Lovecraft. Yeah. I've seen those depictions of that trying to express the horror, I guess, that of seeing something so unknown. And so I'm trying to mentally prepare myself for that, but I just don't know how you. I'm used to creatures, but I'm not used to creatures changing form right in front of me. Probably while I'm putting holes in them with the bullets. And I'm a little concerned that that's going to be less than effective as well. But
Well, that's probably why we need to talk to the guy.
mm-hmm.
Be like, hey, would bullets work? And he'll probably say, like, no. Why do you think they would?
Or, as it turns out, throwing small pieces of lead very fast is quite effective against those things.
He might also say that.
Yeah. That's what I'm hoping for.
Okay. So let's go talk to him.
All right, so you guys arrive down at the room of Alucard. He's just kind of sitting back, playing around with that blood that you created for him. He's got it like in a little wine glass, and he's playing with it with his fingers. It's like dapping it onto his tongue every once in a while, sniffing it, shaking it. And he kind of looks up at you guys and smiles, and he's like, back again. How can I help you? I see you're all here this time. It's a party.
Yes, I'm not sure I've actually talked to you yet. My name is Tycho Vance.
Good to meet you, Tycho. I heard you sing.
Yeah, you did. That was fun. Anyway, so I guess, are we only a week out?
You are 1 week out, yep.
Okay. So we're about a week out from the planet of flesh and bone, and just wanted to make sure we were all kind of like understanding what's going to happen there. What do you need from us?
Well, I was hoping that you might have a stealthful way of being able to get us onto the planet instead of arriving in a giant ship that is capable. If not, I might have a way of for us to get there as well. I don't know if you'll like it as much, but I could possibly assist in that regard. But I believe that we should land on the planet. I will put up a barrier that should be obfuscating most of my actions, but I will need a source of power on the planet in order to fuel the scepter that I have. Once I have established that connection, I will be able to summon the Devourer of Planets.
That's the black hole thing you're talking about.
Oh. I was going to say, is it Galactus?
So I will be spending the first hour when we arrive on the planet while we're hidden. I will be hopefully be able to prevent us from being able to be found. I will be setting up the device. If you guys could locate a source of power during that time, I would be greatly appreciated as well. I have my ways with that as well, if that is needed.
We may need to test your scepter to figure out how to transfer power into it. Would that be okay?
I will be able to transfer the power once you have located a suitable power source for me.
Kind of convenient. We currently, our intentions, we have to turn off this, it's a cube, we have to turn off a cube that's on the planet, and which is currently controlling a node and sending the node's power someplace else. Once we turn it off, I assume that the node's power will be available. Are you able to take advantage of that?
That sounds like something that I would be able to take advantage of.
Is node the right word for the technocracy?
Good enough.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll have to figure that. That's a good question, though.
Assuming how long it took for as everybody thought about it, it's close enough.
Technode.
Technode. That's definitely not going to get confusing.
That's not right either.
But okay, so we'll free up the node for you as quick as we can, and then you can start your process. We'll try to stay hidden, and
Apparently, Technocracy feels it's a node of power as well.
It makes
it
sense.
actually it fits for me too. Of just like, one of those things where they all look at it and they see it for different uses, but it's still the same thing. But
The common ground the technocracy has is the tradition.
Yep.
No. When I was a kid, I swear to God, I heard somebody called it a quintessential nodule. You have to say the whole thing every time.
That's why the technocracy is going to lose.
Yeah.
Just from purely the time lost in saying that over node. That's the reason. We got a good plan here. For this, for what we need to do. I got a little bit of prep that I want to do this coming week, and we've already found the spot that we need to land. So, we know where we're going. Maybe when we get closer, we can try to get some maps of it, some long distance imaging, and try to get a sense for what the ground is going to be like at the place where we're going. Are we expecting to take the shuttles as I look around and then end on Tycho? Are we expecting to take the shuttles down?
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering about that. Maybe Alucard could help me out with that. Malakai said that we're gonna maybe meet some resistance down there. Are they going to just kind of like pop up out of the fleshy ground, or are they going to come at us? I'm kind of thinking maybe we hover the ship over the node and kind of point all our weapons in kind of a halo, and maybe that'll be enough.
Well, your guess would be as good as mine. I'm not sure in the sense of what I will exactly find there, but I would highly guess that the guess that you just made is the guess that is correct. They will probably the planet will probably create creatures to try and stop us, I would imagine. I'm hoping that I can obfuscate most of our actions for a good long time, but once I start drawing from the node, I will not be able to hide what I am doing, and that is when I will need most of your help.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know anything about that type of technology, but Phaedra, maybe because it's made of flesh and bone, maybe we could come up with a way to kill it or paralyze it, or make some stable ground.
You're talking about a planet.
Well, yeah, but just like where we're landing, just make it inert or paralyzed or petrified, rigor mortis.
So here's how. I could possibly do it for a small area like a building, but if you're talking about a huge surface area, I need a lot of materials that I'm not sure if I have. Because it's a planet.
I think a small surface might be all we need, at least to keep them from like coming up from the ground that we're standing on. If they come up and come at us, they're shootable. But if they just like
then
reach up from the ground and
it's doable. I could probably do that.
so we can like plop that down right over where the cube is. So then we can work on the cube, get that going, then he can start his thing and we don't have to worry about having our ankles grabbed or anything.
Yeah, I mean, it could be something as simple as topical anesthetic, and we could synthesize probably enough to cover what? I mean, not a square kilometer, but like.
Well, we probably would need like a 50-foot radius or 50-foot diameter, even depending on what the terrain looks like. So it shouldn't take too much. So that would cover the physical aspects of us landing and being on it. Is there a way to shield us from the mind, like it detecting our thoughts, our intentions, those kind of things? Don't we already have something?
Yeah, Robert made those devices. Those should probably work since we're not on the other planet.
When you guys did leave Technogate Command, you guys did have devices that you were given.
Yeah, it takes up a spell slot. Well, I shouldn't use spell slot because that'll get confusing. But one of the spell locations you can have on you before you start taking on additional difficulty modifiers.
Yep, every two gadgets or two active advanced science procedures that you have on you will it'll be more difficult to do advanced science. Enlightened science.
We can also go the distraction route. This is a planet after all. We can go to the other side of it and drop a very slow bomb. And like time it.
I don't
need to be
No.
My thinking on that is that if it can form a blob that's roughly humanoid just out of its own surface, out of its own flesh, there's no reason it couldn't immediately suck it back in and then put it back out on the other side of itself. I don't know that we could provide enough of a distraction. I think staying hidden until it kicks off when we start pulling power from the node is going to be the best chance. It's hard to say what the thing is going to throw at us once we start doing that.
Okay.
In regards to getting onto the planet itself, could I technically data transfer us onto the planet?
You
Like,
could teleport down onto the planet from the ship.
It's an away mission.
Let's send the captain.
I don't know. Who are those people that I named two times ago? I'm gonna bring them. Fucking red shirts. Lysander and Tessa.
Poor Lysander.
Why are you trying to kill our crew?
They are my crew.
He's trying to level them up. It's different. They just get stronger whenever they're put in the life and death scenarios.
No, that's not true. They're just extras. Well, except in a game. Lysander and Tessa are both qualified on jetpacks and laser guns. Dual wield. So
I'm not even qualified to single wield the laser gun, let alone dual wield them. What program did you put them through? I got to get in on this.
No, they're specialists.
Yeah, they're not enhanced. They're just enhanced. They're not awakened or
yeah.
Yet.
What does the Technocracy doesn't call it awakening either. They call it
alerted.
Enlightened?
Yeah, enlightened science.
Yeah. So the being an enlightened individual.
No,
They're just
they might be.
advanced.
They might be enlightened by the time they get done with the meat planet. That's
All right. So, I am going to think this is a good spot that we'll kind of stop it here, and then we'll go into a week of downtime again, and then arrive at the planet. We're going to take a small 5-minute break here, and we'll be back in just a little bit. All right, we are back. So we are heading to the planet of Flesh and Bone. They are going to be summoning some kind of black hole in order to eat the planet up using some power source and the scepter that the vampire has. All right, so we have one more week of downtime, so I'm just going to go through this real quick. So, Tycho, what is you going to be doing for this week? I have no idea why I said it that way, but I did.
So I'm just kind of wondering if the plan is going to be like the ship is in orbit and we transport down, or if the ship is kind of hovering like 100 feet off the planet. And because I'm thinking about setting up some tethers that can like pull us back into the ship. What do you guys think? Should we be hovering?
Well, if I can transfer us down, I can set up devices that we can either push if we want to come back to the ship that will teleport us back, or if it's an emergency and your vitals go below a certain point, you get taken back.
The vampire guy definitely made it sound like we should try to stay as far away with the big ship as we can.
Yeah.
Draw less attention.
Okay. So in that case, I will coordinate with the captain and kind of tell her, like, okay, we're going to go down with the shuttles, or a shuttle. We'll set up a emergency transport protocol. And then if we're in trouble, I want to set up with her kind of a plan of action for the ship to come down, hover over our location, and provide gun support. That's it.
All right, sounds good. Is that what you're going to be focusing on doing for the most of the week?
Yeah, was there something else I was supposed to be helping with? I feel like there was.
Now that you mention it. But well, we'll find out. You kind of, I guess, have a little bit of free floating time too, but yeah, you're kind of coordinating the whole strike basically at this point. So Phaedra, what would you like to be doing for the week?
I need to make some anesthetic for the area that we're going to be down on, like Tycho wanted. What other thing was I gonna do? I forgot. Yeah, I'll start with that for now.
Okay. Robert, what will you be doing for the week?
I think I'd probably be offering up my services to anyone who might need them. Because I don't have a whole lot.
The hell does
Okay.
that mean?
I just remembered, I do want Robert help on something.
What can I do for you?
So we might come across creatures that can shapeshift. That takes at least, if not heavy concentration, hypnotic ones. What if you make a sound device that would disrupt that concentration?
Ooh, we'd probably have to like dial it in the first time we see one. So, I mean, that'll be terrifying.
I mean, give us all earplugs and go ham.
I'm expecting to be shooting the first one anyway, so anything that you can do to make my job easier after that one would be appreciated.
So, we're looking to identify / neutralize their whatever method they're using to shapeshift and disguise themselves.
Yes. If their genetic makeup is even semi-close to ours, you should be able to shake their atoms at a certain octave.
Well, it goes to reason that some sort of mind has to be controlling them. So, yeah.
Ooh.
It could be the size of a planet, though. It's a big mind to try to exert will over.
Or interrupt the will that's being exerted.
Although, if you were able to sever the connection, assuming that it's going to create humanoids that will be constantly shifting shape and whatnot. But if you were able to sever the connection between it and the planet, if there's a telepathic one, I'm kind of shooting in the dark here, if I'm being honest. How it might work.
I mean, yeah, I definitely have some curiosities about the force of mind over distance. It's something I've observed a few times in our travels, though. So I think I could at least come up with something I think would be able to kind of, if not totally block it, at least interfere and make it pretty muddy for them.
Yeah, so I would say that you guys kind of go into a little bit of a research into this. Go ahead, give me a intelligence plus. For this one, I'm going to do medicine.
Oh no!
Or
Hey, I could do that.
You could have Phaedra.
What if I did
the...
intelligence and research while using Phaedra's intelligence and medicine?
Awesome, perfect.
Consult the library.
Difficulty.
We'll go with difficulty 6.
5.
Oh,
My rolls today suck.
that's okay. You guys definitely are able to kind of research into that. And I'm going to say that that goes for Phaedra's trying to build the thing to neutralize the ground as well around you, because they can kind of coincide in the research, I would say here. So both of you go ahead and make an Arte roll, difficulty of 3.
5.
What?
3.
What? Okay. Yeah, you guys are good. You guys can neutralize the ground around you, and you'll have a device that allows you to basically do, we'll say 8 dice of damage with the press of a button that basically does like a sound wave attack, and it can be an area of effect. pretty large area of effect.
Do I need earplugs for us?
Yes, you'll need to like have some
We'll need some
filters
probably
out.
noise. I'm guessing that's a pretty common thing that we can maybe get from like the ship gear, but like essentially a kind of noise canceling earplug that also allows us to still communicate with each other.
Depending on
Oh,
how
and
you
I-
did it, the temple mind protectors might
Oh.
cover it.
Yeah, you
Like,
could
it's
maybe
only-
use the mind protectors, I would say, could cover that. So you guys aren't stacking more.
Yeah.
Well, and we'll have. I mean, I'm expecting that once we get out of the ship, heading to the planet, we will have the mind protectors on to keep us obfuscated, all the way up until we start that ritual, and then we're gonna still have them on so we can just trigger that if things start getting hairy. Unless if anyone's planning on taking that off for the fight.
It would be a one-use, item where it just works once. It just says like a blast around you, doing 8 dice of damage to every one of the creatures that would be around you.
Yeah, so it's something we want to trigger when we're getting swarmed, not the first thing, I guess. Oh, if we get swarmed, I don't want to get swarmed by meat.
Oh, man. Is there going to be a map for this one? Probably not. Probably not.
All right, so Tycho, go ahead and give me a leadership roll plus charisma and/or manipulation and/or
Oh,
appearance if you want to be weird, I guess. No.
Charisma leadership is one of my standard roles. I would like to argue for a lower difficulty for an in-character speech.
Oh, go ahead.
Crew members of the Orfeo, we are on the cusp of a great mission. Although I cannot reveal the details to you of why we're doing this, you are the best in the fleet. When we arrive at the planet of meat and bone, you will be prepared to save us if everything goes wrong. When it does, you will come down to the surface of the planet, bristling with guns, and you will shoot all of the flesh monsters, as you were trained to do. Now let's go get them, so say we all.
So say we all.
So there we go.
Difficulty?
Difficulty of 4.
Please. Yes! Oh, yeah!
Oh, wow.
That's 7.
7 successes. All right, so they are all pumped and ready to come in and swoop in and save you. The plan is all enacted. Everything is prepped and ready. Drills have been done. They did a great job. All right. So you guys arrive at the planet. So are you guys? Oh, sorry, Malakai.
Yes, I am making prime bullets.
All right. So yep, getting yourself all kind of like suited up.
This would be for the P90, which I don't currently have bullets for. Well, special ones.
Give me a firearms plus intelligence.
Not a standard roll for me.
I don't think there's ever been a Fincross character in World of Darkness that has not eventually made prime bullets.
I think you are correct. Even the most magey character, I was still shooting prime bullets. They just didn't come out of a gun. That sounded dirty. What difficulty 6?
Difficulty 6. Yep.
Ooh, nice.
Wow.
Oh wow. Well,
3 successes. That's nice. Do Arate difficulty of 3.
All right. Three. Submit. I got 2 successes.
2. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to say that you get 2 clips out of that for the week then. So you have 2 full clips of ammunition.
And all it does is just convert it to aggravated. I don't need any extra damage or anything. I just need them to last a week and be converted to aggravated damage.
Not a problem.
Great.
All right, so you guys arrive at the planet of Flesh. Are you guys keeping the ship far away, or how far out are you keeping the ship? Are you going into orbit, or what you see before you is just basically, it looks like a big ball, but there are jets of like bone that are like sticking out that are, you know, unrealistically, you know, reaching out from the planet, basically.
I think
in different kind of horn shaped, you know, juts of bone.
I think we should be trying to find the nearest object in space that we can hide behind.
There's
And
like an
going
asteroid.
not
nearby.
much closer.
The big question for Tycho is going to be, wherever we plant the ship, how many turns is it going to take for them to get there if we need them?
So they could do an emergency jump on top of you.
Fuck yeah.
It would be epic, but let's hope that's not needed.
Hide behind the asteroid. And when I call you, you come save me.
Yes, sir.
I want you to, if something happens, I want you to take the ship and you come and you rescue me. Risk my ship?
Yes, it's a Firefly reference. If you haven't watched Firefly, you are a terrible human.
Whoa, whoa,
Were
whoa,
young.
whoa, whoa. Just maybe somebody that will become a Firefly flan in the future.
Terrible people can become better by
Well,
doing things like watching Firefly.
It's a great
Redemption
film.
is always possible. Nobody can walk so long in the dark that they cannot step into the light.
All right, and so you guys teleport down to the planet, where you know that the node is, or the control cube is located.
Yeah, we pretty much want to drop right around the control cube.
Are we teleporting? We're not, I mean, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
Mind things on. Turn on your mind things. I think they last for an hour.
All right, so you guys all arrive at the teleportation room, and as you guys dematerialize onto the planet, you see before you what looks to be a doorway, a giant super eye looking down upon you with just flesh all around you. The area around you is just juts of flesh and bone sticking out. But you do see what looks to be like a a steel like electronic door that looks like would open you know, through techno advanced science.
I walk over to the door after scanning it
All right, give me
I'm
an
gonna
Arte
with
roll,
my-
difficulty of 3.
with my scanner.
I'm going to keep my gun pointed at that eye, and I'm going to slowly strafe to see if it's following me, or is it darting between all of us, or is it holding on one person? What is the eye specifically looking at?
Is there actually an eye?
There is an
Yeah.
eye. Yes,
Yeah,
big
you go.
giant eye
would-
that's like hover like on the side of the door, you know. The door is small in comparison to the eye.
The picture's not necessarily unrealistic, is what you're saying.
Correct.
Yeah. I
Okay.
love pixel art.
Something's interfering with my scanning. It doesn't seem to be anything dangerous. I approach the door.
So you asked about the eye, where it was looking, and it looks just to be kind of just staring out into nothing. Doesn't seem to be looking down upon you. And Alakar like looks around, and he plants down the staff, and he says, "I will get to work here."
Whoa. Oh wait, yeah, no, yeah, you go ahead.
And
Just
I'd like to
Who's in
start.
charge here?
I'd like
the
to
cube?
start scanning for any other like brain waves or anything besides our own. Any like psychic influence.
nice. All right, so go ahead and give me an Arte roll, difficulty of 3.
I didn't know the cube was going to be behind a security door.
Not a door.
3 successes.
Sometimes doors can be hard to get through.
With 3 successes, you kind of get a scan of the planet, and you get some disturbing readings in the completely different opposite direction of what you were probably thinking. You're not picking up a sentient life on this planet. In fact, your readings kind of come back that it appears that this place is kind of gone into almost similar to the stuff that Phaedra was studying, this like torpor-ish kind of state where everything is just kind of inert and just in this stasis almost, in almost a state of
I would like
waiting.
to quickly and very quietly and without any type of alerting, try to get the attention of the other 3 and get them to kind of give Tycho this look like we need to talk and maybe like you should tell us all to go somewhere or something.
Yeah, I look back and I tap the mind link thing that we have on our thing and say, in telepathicness, yeah, we can talk without him hearing, and I think we're on the same page. He's gonna wake. Oh wait, never mind. I don't know what you know yet. What's up?
I think we might have the script flipped. This thing, whatever Phaedra was talking about earlier, with that that eternal sleep, long sleep, restorative thing. That's what this is doing right now. I think. I'm worried that our guy might not be trying to turn anything off.
Tycho does that thing where he looks up and to the left for a second, and he's like putting things together. He's like, "Oh shit."
Well, we need to turn the cube off regardless.
Yeah, we need to turn the cube off, but maybe I can blow it up.
Do we trust him to do anything?
I mean, he said it takes an hour. Did you ever do any kind of like, was he telling the truth kind of thing? Or
He
did we
seemed
just
to be whenever I checked.
Yeah,
And it's not necessarily it's when I mean that the planet has gone into like a torpor, it's more that the body is here but the mind is gone. Not necessarily that he's lying to you, but that whatever the hell was supposed to be here doesn't seem to be here anymore.
Oh.
So looking over at Robert, I'm like, oh, so maybe he was telling the truth. Maybe he just doesn't know the whole thing.
Maybe
situation.
Yeah.
Let's go situation normal for now. It's
Alright.
just if
I'm
if
gonna-
the status quo changes, we'll adapt.
I'm gonna like set my briefcase just kind of casually off to the side from where he's working, but I'm gonna have it basically scanning him at all times for like So I have this device that was supposed to be a 3-use, and it was an old device, so it's kind of weak. I kind of want to hook it up to my briefcase and try to like superpower it. But it analyzed body language and micro expressions and stuff to try and like determine kind of the true affinity of people towards things and their intentions and all that. I want to kind of use my more recent advances in correspondence and mind and kind of hyperpower that through my briefcase to get this like really detailed analysis of him in real time to alert us if anything shifts in his demeanor or anything like that.
Nice. Give me a perception plus empathy. Difficulty of 8.
I am watching him do this.
2.
Nice. Give me a Arte roll, difficulty of 3.
2.
All right. So at this time, you kind of you're getting a sense off of him that everything seems baseline fine, but you do get a little bit of a death resonance that's coming from him that wasn't there before. He does seem to be more his intent seems to not be leading to continuation of his existence, it seems. But everything else seems to also hold true. But you do get the sense like he doesn't think that, he's going home.
You got a baseline reading?
Yeah, it if I were to try and describe his current mental state, I would say he is driven, focused, and overwhelmed with a sense of impending doom that I think he's trying to hide.
All right, keep it rolling, and I'm gonna go over and talk to him while he's working. Hey, so this definitely looks like the right place.
Yes, I think that this will do quite nicely. I can feel the power that you are speaking of that is hidden beyond that electronic door.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it's right, but something. Do you get the sense that something's missing? Like where's the brain that's trying to impress onto my thoughts about how I should join it? What's your take on listening to the planet?
He kind of looks and he says, you guys, you are very observant people. This was something that I had feared, but I'm not too concerned. My plan will still work, I believe.
All right. I just don't want you to fire off that one shooter, a very powerful one shooter, in the wrong place,
So perhaps I should explain that my work here is not going to be complete until something else is also done. Where we are is only the cage that is keeping the creature held. I feel that the cage has already been broken out. However, if one can throw him back here, and we'll be using the time dilation and the effects of the black hole, I believe we can create a much more permanent cage. We won't ever be able to say destroy this creature, but I believe we can lock it away in a way that will be deeper and better than before. But I believe you are correct that it has escaped already.
Okay, well, I'll leave you to it then. I'm going to walk back over to Robert and ask him if that gave him anything to work with for his readings.
I'll say that that all seemed to come back truthful. He didn't seem to be trying to deceive in any way, shape, or form.
All right, and then I let I let everybody know what that he seems to concur that it's not here. I guess based on our initial readings, but that these magics are old and powerful, and I don't know. I kind of lost track after he got a bit into it.
Okay, so do I kind of understand what just happened, or at least I've been informed?
Yeah.
Okay. Alucard,
Yes.
do you still intend to destroy this planet? What's the end game here?
Well, in the end, it will be destroyed. Hopefully.
Sounds like there's a butt coming.
Well, it's more of the effects of what's going to happen as soon as we're within the event horizon of a black hole.
Okay.
Yeah, we have concern about that too. How quickly does that event horizon show up?
We'll have enough time to escape, and that's a lie.
I give a look just to kind of let everyone know that this is definitely bullshit.
You still need the power?
Yes. I mean, I don't need it necessarily from this location, but any location will do. But this one will do fine.
No, maybe we just maybe we start moving like when he's almost completed with his ritual.
Well, Phaedra hasn't even done her anesthetic yet, and I got to figure out this door. So,
all right, yeah, let's do it.
I feel like we've gotten kind of this understanding that it's like his thing pulls the entity back to this planet and then traps it in a black hole. Is that kind of correct?
Close. The only part is that it just kind of sets it all up so that when it gets back here, it'll be stuck on the event horizon of a black hole. But somebody else is going to have to knock it back here. Well, he's going to go back and knock it back here. Yeah, eventually, you know.
At least from our technocratic perspective, that's what's going to happen. Okay, yeah. So I'm assuming that Phaedra's going to do her anesthetic thing. I go to the door, and I'm trying to unlock it.
All right, so go ahead and give me a hypertech plus actually wits.
Ooh, yeah.
A weird configuration that you've never seen before.
Difficulty?
Difficulty of 6.
Oh.
Oh
shit.
Oh.
One
Just
success.
You got the success that you needed. So yep, you can go ahead and open up the door here.
Okay. I'm like, oh, it's an old hypertonic code.
All right, so door opens up and you see a long white hallway before you.
Fuck, I thought it was just going to be a cube floating above a flesh planet. Ugh. I scan the hallway.
No readings come back whatsoever.
Oh, God damn it. I feel like we've done this before.
Do you want me to go first? Just grab me and drag me backwards if the suit turns off.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got the hyper suit. Okay. Yeah, give me your tether. I assume there's a winch on the back of you.
We're gonna say that there is, because there is now, and I pull it and hand it to you and start walking in.
And I go and pound the stake into the floor.
Because tethers always work and never break.
I'll pull you back if it doesn't work.
2 tugs.
And I cautiously enter the hallway.
If you get trapped down there, tug the rope 42 times.
You enter into the bright white hallway that just seems to go on forever. You continue walking down the hallway, and as you look back behind you, you kind of feel like you haven't gone almost anywhere. And as you just continue walking, you end up walking out, and you're back out into this area.
So
I'm just staring at the tether, confused.
So yeah, as far as I know, I walked straight forward the entire time. I ended up walking out the same door I went into with my tether going into it.
Correct.
All right, I come back out.
Does the tether go down the hallway and come back?
Nope, the tether. Tether seems like it almost seemed like he just kind of walked to your almost from your point of view. You lost sight of him, and then he just started coming back, and the tether just was comes back. But it also is going out, and as if he kind of turned around. But from his point of view, he never turned around.
Yeah, it
does make sense. It does make sense that whoever hid these things didn't want them to be found.
How did you guys get over here so fast? Who are you? What have you done with my friends?
He thinks we're one of the shapeshifters.
Yeah.
It's literally just laying there. The tether is laying there.
Why did I come?
Dude, it's a data effect. There's a space-time fuckery in that hallway.
That's why you're the captain, or you're the
team.
That's why you're the team leader. And then
leader-ish.
Is the eye doing anything? Has it done anything?
The eye is not doing anything at this point.
Okay, I'm keeping an eye on it.
Nice.
If you got a solution for
while he was in the hallway, did we still have a connection through the communication device? Like, could I talk to him the whole time?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so mind effects were fine. You know what? Switch to Phaedra. I gotta figure this out.
I'm trying to think of a way. I could probably help you build something, Tycho, to disrupt whatever's happening in that hallway, but I'm not sure how or what we should do.
Over the communication devices, I'm like, Phaedra, have you spread the anesthetic?
Yeah, it's golden, right?
Oh, okay. Well, then come help me with this door.
Okay.
So I would like to take a 10-foot walk into the hallway and then do a matter scan using Matter 1 and Prime 1 of just what does it look like? Is it completely solid? Can I see anything? Or it's locked?
Go ahead and do a Arte roll, difficulty of 3.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4.
The scan that you kind of get back is that there is no matter currently in this area. Everything is made up of energy. It's like holographic.
Oh.
So it's representing matter, but it's not actually matter.
And I assume that the whole place is just glowing with Prime then?
Yeah.
Okay. I come out and share my readings and findings with the group.
Maybe we could just try to suck the primal energy out of it. I mean, we did bring a transference device to transfer the power to Alucard.
Oh, he's handling that. We just got to free it up for him. I might be able to. This feels like it's in my wheelhouse.
Yeah, maybe it's just a matter of disrupting the flow.
Yeah, we can try. I can try to unweave it with Prime 3. I think.
Reverse the hyperbolic polarity.
Yes, yeah. No, you got to reverse the polarity, and then the waveforms cancel each other out. That's yeah. Sorry, that's what I meant. Yes. To not have this. Oh, also that last Arret roll was at a 4 because of my mind and the suit. It's still a really good success, but it dropped 1 from it, just so you know. So I forgot. Yeah. I'm going to. How would a Technocrat do this? I feel I'll have to build a device to do it, but some kind of transmitter that's going to just send pulses of anti-phased prime.
Okay. So you guys are going to try siphoning out the energy from the room and just start siphoning it over to Alucard at this point.
No, we're trying to disrupt the effect of the correspondence hallway.
Okay, so you're just doing a disruption effect.
Yeah, we're trying to dispel the effect that's preventing us from doing stuff.
Awesome.
While he's doing that, we transported here because we knew the cube was here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. While he's doing that, I am going to try and find the cube, thinking that it might not be past that doorway.
As you were talking, I'm like, yeah, that feels a really great way to hide it would be to not put it behind the obvious doorway. Like, it could be inside of that eye, but I'll let you keep going as I'm doing my thing.
It's what I would do. So I'll do that. But
since no one else seems to be paying attention to this part of it, and I'm looking around going, wait a minute, I want to find, is there any, like, I guess, what's my view to the horizon from where we are?
So your view to the horizon is just giant juts of bone, kind of just like bone claws, almost like looking like they're just jutting out from and spur, bone spurs is kind of
if there's
out.
One nearby that's kind of easily scalable with a decent height, I'd like to just get a good 360 view of our surroundings.
Give me an athletics plus dexterity.
Oh, good.
I'm the bones.
You know what I'm really good at?
Climbing?
So, if you get impaled by a bone spike.
Difficulty 6?
If you get impaled by a bone spike, Phaedra takes care of that shit.
Hey, 2 successes. Well. So far, I am alive.
I just advise not cutting yourself.
Perception plus alertness. Difficulty 6.
3.
So when you get like a lookout of everything, you kind of see almost like a madness and sameness to this kind of planet. But it all seems to kind of chaotically look the same.
I want to, just for my own curiosity, I want to scan it for a pattern.
Make a Arate roll, difficulty of 3.
Are you trying to find this planet's spine?
2 successes.
You're finding some kind of there is a pattern to this whole thing, and it's almost ritualistic and magical and number, it's all about prime numbers and prime setups of degrees and angles and shit that's just way beyond most things that I could ever even try and contemplate. But yeah, there's a crazy pattern here.
If it's some type of like fractal pattern or anything like that, am I able to like extrapolate what might be like the center or like the one unique point?
You are at it.
All right. Well, that settles part of that then. I climb down and just let everyone know that this place is pretty freaky. Definitely has some type of like intelligent design feel to it, but everything seems to kind of point to this spot on the planet. So, I mean, Tycho, yeah, I think your toy worked. I think it got us here.
Did you see any other eyes while you were up there?
Yeah, I guess general impressions of when I was looking around. Did I see anything else moving around or anything that jumped out as kind of unique, or was it just this kind of vast landscape of bone and flesh?
Yeah, just eerily dead. No movement, no nothing, just quiet, eerie, horrible stench filling your nose.
Wait, Robert, you didn't see any other eyes?
No, not that I saw.
No other eyes.
So this eye is unique in that it's an eyeball.
Phaedra, can you figure out if this eye came from this planet, or was generated some other way? I mean, obviously it's part of the planet, but it doesn't seem. According to Robert, there's no other eyes. Maybe my father made this. Maybe it has a mouth. Maybe he wanted to say hi.
I whip out a flashlight and I look at his pupils and I'm like, "Are you okay, buddy?"
Yeah, no, I'm fine. Just scan the eye. See if there's any kind of resonance of technocratic genius.
Okay, buddy. I'll do that.
I don't know.
I look over at Robert. I'm like, check your man.
I don't know life stuff. It's not my
This is the closest we've ever gotten to anything close to his father. He's just excited.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to get too close to the eye. I'll scrape off a little bit of tissue that is surrounding it, and scrape the ground and mix it with some solution to see if they are DNA compatible.
Do a Arate roll, difficulty of 3.
No. 3.
Nice. There is a difference. This is not native to this area.
Can I want to use my analyzer and detect whether or not it is conscious.
Well, first of all, I want Malakai though to do a. I'm just gonna give you a straight Arate roll difficulty of 3 because doing all the other stuff would just lower it down for no reason at this point. So.
All right, I'm going to do that, and I'm gonna save up. I'm gonna save up some successes, unless you tell me that it's enough to make it work.
Did we come into this session with full willpower, given that we were just kind of like chilling on the ship?
Absolutely.
All
right. So I had 4 successes on the as I'm.
All right.
I was gonna release it around 10. If you think that's overkill, you can tell me. But just because I'm sure that whatever magic here is strong.
All right, go ahead and keep on going.
Okay. Well, they're obviously on the correct path, and I am sneaking around over here with this hallway.
What is that called when it's oh, holy shit.
9. We'll go with 9. I don't want to risk a bot. 9 is good.
All right, so you kind of like let off, like a EMP almost, or disabling kind of effect. That kind of like pulses, and the room flickers, shuts down, and it's just a box room that you're in, and then it flickers back on.
So for a moment, I saw just an empty room.
Yep.
That's like, what, like 10 by 10? Something like that?
Yep.
And then it came back on and it turned into a hallway again?
Yep.
And the room was empty?
Yep.
Was the ground meat or was it rock? Concrete?
White. Some white material.
Okay. I may want to get my own little sample of that matter. But I just yell out like, "Hey guys, this is just an empty room over here. There's nothing in it." Once I made the magic go away, it came back on though. What are you guys working on?
I would like to scan with spirit. I mean, dimensional science. Being that this is a deep space planet, there should be a difference between matter that is quote unquote native to this plane versus matter that isn't. And I do have 1 in matter.
Go ahead. Difficulty 3 Arate roll.
Spending a willpower. Didn't need it. 5 successes.
Yep, you can confirm as well that there is a difference between this spirit material and the spirit material around you.
Is there any kind of indication of the control cube or the flow of primal energies that might be powering it?
I'm going to say with the successes that you got, you kind of get this idea that there is something at the center of the eye that has some kind of power going to it. And there's also some data effects that are happening that are kind of like throwing that off to put it into the room.
Wait, there's data effects that the eye is giving off, or something in the vicinity of the eye is giving off to create the hallway thing?
No, it just is that it makes it seem like the power source would be in the room, but it's actually in the eye.
Oh, okay. So it's an obfuscation of the power source. Okay. So As I'm beep booping on my control module, I put over the mind link. Yeah, it looks like it's. I think the cube might be inside the eye. Yeah.
Yay! I'm gonna whip out my scalpel of correspondence.
Oh god.
Yeah. I move 30 feet back, and I'm like, Phaedra, this is all you. Let me know when you find the port.
Okay.
The eye looks down
First
upon
time.
you. The arm that seems to be wrapped around the tentacle wrapped around the door, the frame of it, kind of like rips off of the wall, smashes down. Everybody roll initiative.
Ah, shit.
Damn it.
Was it no, never mind.
Oh, damn it.
Remind me what I'm rolling, because I'm terrible at this.
Upper left, it's the initiative button.
Oh yeah, there's a button.
Yay, roll 20. This combat is brought to you by Roll 20. I've been watching too much of that show that I won't.
I wanted to send the result of this roll to the turn tracker, but no valid token was selected.
I also got that.
That's
That's
fine.
What?
I can put it.
No, it's there. It's the number showed up. So that's
Mine
fine.
didn't.
No,
Mine
I can see your number. It's 13.
Oh, weird.
Yeah,
Where?
just input it in the turn order.
Yeah.
Oh, is there a turn order on the thing? Oh,
Yeah. They did add that eventually. Phaedra is 7.
Yeah, can't have a turn order without a pog.
Tycho is 17. And
Yeah.
for some reason I've never put Robert.
If I was to guess, there are pogs on the GM layer that we can't see that he's using to.
No, I can just
But
add him
no-
in.
Oh, you can.
No.
Okay, that's fine.
Just out of curiosity, I
Also,
want to see what happens if I roll it with my other one.
I am watching Josh doing it on Twitch.
Oh. Yeah, last stream he went rolling through a bunch of pictures to try to find the name of the captain, and I'm just like, oh, I bet you there's some good stuff in there. I'm not gonna go back and rewatch it, but I bet you there's some.
All right,
I did
so
specifically say I was moving away.
Oh, you're
before
also
any of
not.
that happened.
You're not sharing that picture with us.
I'm not.
Oh yeah, you are. Never mind. It's there. I was hiding it.
It is a big black background that I give you guys to to scroll through. Anyways, so Phaedra, what are you gonna do?
Oh, we're doing the snake initiative.
Yeah, I'm going to back up, obviously, because I'm probably a little too close. And equipped my 9mm. That's basically the only actions I can do right now, right?
Yep, that's the turn. Robert, what are you gonna do?
Whew. I think I'm going to. I've got a crazy little like sensory overload type gun thing that doesn't actually do damage, but I'm hoping might like delay this eyeballs thing one turn. It was like it's basically like a seizure gun through like audio visual. And we had made it for me to just kind of like stun people for a turn if we were like sneaking around and stuff, but I'm wondering if I can try using it on the eye for a similar effect.
All right, and then Malakai, what are you gonna be doing?
I am at the doorway right now. Is that?
Yep.
And then the arm came crashing down in front of me.
Like nearby. Didn't hit you or anything like that. That was its turn for. It's not actually attacking you or anything, but it's coming alive.
From my perspective, can I see like the side of the eye?
Yeah.
Like it's looking at the other guys in front of it, and I'm off on its peripheral in quotes.
Yeah.
All right, then I want to shoot the top of the eye. As such, with the intention on if it bleeds, it's going to bleed into its cover. It's going to obscure its own vision. And so we're going to say, we'll put two. We're going to do 2 shots with the aggravated clip.
Okay. And then Tycho, what are you doing?
Laser gun, pupil. 2 shots.
All right, firearms plus
Tycho.
dex, or firearms plus lasers, or
Energy weapons.
oh yeah.
Plus dex. Oh shit! I gotta build that die roll. Dexterity. Energy weapons is skills. Extra skill 1. Oh wait. Since I'm splitting the dice pool, I'm gonna have to roll it manually. So it's 2d10 and 3d10. Oh man. Can I spend a willpower on each one?
Yes.
Okay, I am spending a willpower on each one. So that's 2 and 3. Holy shit. That's 3 and what? Despite whatever the difficulty is, 3 and 5.
Difficulty. I'm gonna say 5, or well, you were going for a specific spot, so we'll go 6. Difficulties are normally 4 because it's really easy to hit this thing.
Okay. 3 and 5. What was the damage on these things? On my laser gun?
I believe your laser gun is a 6 base.
Okay, so that's a 9 and 11. 9d10. 11d10. God damn it. Gosh darn it. Oh boy. Difficulty on damage should be 6, I believe.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Total of 8 damage if everything went according to plan. Pew pew.
And these are aggravated laser damage, right?
They are. I spent a lot of money on this in my background. It's my
It is
dad's
still
laser
up.
gun.
Does not soak
Every
any of
time.
that.
Every time I shoot this gun, I get closer to my father.
You hear it hiss, and you hear like a hiss come out of its eye as it, like, you know, some air kind of comes out to a certain degree, but also like just a bunch of like blood just jutting down. Still up though. Malakai, your shot.
What does it cost to change where I want to shoot?
Nothing.
All right, so I would like to see that he just shot the eye. I'm going to aim up to the shoulder, if you want to say it's a shoulder, but the connection of the tentacle to the main body. And I want to put the rounds there instead.
Okay, yep. Oh, sorry, yeah, you were the one that wanted to shoot him in the eye. Sorry, that's where I got that idea from, actually. But that works out fine. Go ahead and roll firearms plus dex.
All right, so 2 shots. That's 4 dice each. That is a failure. We'll spend a willpower to not fail. And 2 successes. Is that kosher?
Only on magic rolls can you spend a willpower in order to negate a success or a botch. So you still
Okay.
botch.
All right.
But I'll give you your 2 successes first, so I'll let you do your damage.
Okay, that would be 9 of aggravated. Greater than 6. Fail equals 1. For 3 successes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. Yep.
Okay. Still up. Definitely frying the shoulder, but you've damaged like the that section of the blob. But your second shot that you have, I'm gonna say, Phaedra, you were kind of getting up close to the eye. You can forego your action to a dodge action, which will be just a full turn dodge action. You get one success, nothing, no damage, no problems. If you don't, then if you botch, it might be worse.
Yeah, I'm gonna dodge.
All right. And Robert, you go next though. You don't actually just go ahead and do your roll right now, Phaedra. Athletics plus dexterity.
You know, I was terrified he was going to tell me that my gun jammed.
No, instead you just shot Phaedra.
Instead
But Phaedra's fine.
she does.
Just a close,
She's
close call.
resilient.
She moves her head out of the way.
I thought I saw a tentacle going for her. I was trying to help her out. I swear.
Scream at you, please don't kill me. Watch what you're doing.
Sorry, getting used to this new suit.
All right, Robert, you're up.
All right. So yeah, I tried basically like blinding the eye for a turn.
Give me a straight up Arate roll, difficulty of 4.
Oh, I spend a willpower.
You do not
Oh
botch.
wait, I didn't actually botch. All right.
Oh no, yeah,
So-
you do not botch. So
Arte difficulty 5, or do I just fail that?
you just fail that for this turn.
Okay.
Next up is Phaedra, who dodges, and the eye already took its action of like coming awake. So next turn is up. The eye is going to do one attack on all of you. Phaedra, what are you doing?
So I had to dodge the entire time, right? Did I back up at least?
Yep. So it's your declaration right now. You already did your dodge, and yep, you're back up. You're fine. You just like moved your head. You didn't even need to really do much.
Yeah,
But...
I'm gonna act like I tucked and rolled out of the way, and then I'm gonna equip my 9mm and shoot the people.
All right, and then Robert, what are you doing?
I guess now I'm drawing my gun.
And
That's full action? Otherwise, drawing my gun and trying to shoot this thing right in the center of the eye.
if you draw and fire, that's a Dex plus firearms to draw. You need to just get a success, but you'll split your dice pool then, and you're do a Dex plus firearms again to hit. So you basically can take all the dice that you have and split it up however you want. All right, Malakai, what are you gonna do?
You know, it's big. It's taking some hits. Not really as the fact that it's still alive. I'm just gonna shoot it a whole bunch of times in the head, in like the eye side of the eye, and I hate to say it because it is a whole thing.
Go fully automatic.
We're gonna do full auto.
Yeah.
All right.
I
can't
feel I
remember
wrote
what
it down.
was.
I feel I
Plus
wrote
10
it
to your
down.
attack, plus 2 to difficulty.
Yeah, and then it's the all of your successes plus the normal dice pool for damage. Right?
Right, yeah, every success you get above 1,
goes into the dice pool. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Yep. So I'm full autoing with my aggro clip right into the side of its big, stupid eye, head, shoulder thing.
Awesome. And Tycho.
Yeah, same thing as last time. Oh wait, let me just make sure that okay, yeah. Let me spend the willpower from last time. I will spend the willpower. I will spend 1 willpower on the first shot and then none on the second. So it's 2d10 for the first shot plus a willpower. That's 1 success. And then 3d10 for the second shot without a willpower. That's a success.
Done. 2 successes.
So that's actually so that's 2 each. Or no, that's 1. So it's 2 for the first one and 1 for the second one. So that's 8 and 7.
Correct.
I would like you to get down from there.
Or 7 and 6. Because you have to use.
I spent,
you
spent
spent
the
willpower.
willpower.
Yeah. Yep. No, you're right.
So 8 and
Also bum.
7.
Also bum.
1 and 2. 3 aggravated damage to the terrible eye.
I'm afraid that that's going to be my full auto damage roll too.
So what I'm imagining kind of happening right now is the reason why you guys aren't solidly hitting things is you're just fucking terrified. Just this thing is just terrifying the living hell out of your characters, and they just can't get a good shot.
I feel like I have a big red button somewhere on my suit that summons the ship, and then I have like I just yell into a thing that says like shoot the damn thing, and I haven't hit that yet, so we're fine.
All right, Malakai, go ahead.
Well, being terrified definitely fits with pointing the gun at it and holding the trigger down until you're out of bullets. So full auto. You said plus 10 dice on the attack?
Yep. So it's Dex plus firearms plus 10, difficulty of 8.
Spend a willpower.
8. I will spend a willpower. Really?
Oh my god.
For 2 successes. I mean, it is an add an 8. I would need to try to figure out ways to game that down a little bit. No 10s. That's a bummer. But, so that is 1 extra die of damage.
Damn, man, look at all those 6s and 7s, though. So many.
Yeah, 6 would have been... 6 difficulty would have been real nice there. I did like rolling 18 dice, though. So that is 9 dice of damage. 9d10s. Greater than 6 failed equals 1.
Suppose the eye
God
would
damn it!
Extra tissue. Oh my god.
Well, I
Stop
blew through.
shooting me!
I blew through a whole god. No, that was on the damage. So I just absolutely
can't botch on damage.
But I just blew through the whole clip of aggravated ammo for the chance of doing some big damage, and I rolled 3 ones on the damage roll. What are you gonna do? All right, well, and then I start the action of reloading. I suppose that I didn't save any dice for it, so I can't do that. Never mind. That's me.
All right, Robert.
All right, so I need to split my roll then.
Yep, firearms plus Dex, difficulty of 6 to do a quick draw. And you can save as many dice as you want for that second roll that you'll be doing.
So
if you have a dice
how
pool
would
of
I
6, you can...
Dice pool of 6? Okay.
Well, let's say you have a dice pool of 6. you want to save 3 of those dice. So instead of doing 6 dice, you do 3 dice, and the next roll you do 3. Or you only want to save 1, so you do 1 on this roll, and you get 5 on the next roll. However you want to divvy it up.
On a willpower.
So yeah, so if I spend a willpower and I use 1 dice on this roll, would that be a 1d?
1d10.
1d10 slash roll 1d10. Did I do that right? Oop. Slash roll 1d10.
All right, so you got 1 success.
I had a willpower, so I get 1 success.
All right, so you fast draw, and now you get 5 dice.
5 dice.
So that was a brilliant way of doing it.
Is it 5 dice or is it 3 dice? Because I have 2 decks and 2 firearms. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, 3. Sorry. Yeah. So you have 3.
So then roll 3d
10.
10. Ooh, 2 successes.
All right. So then go ahead and roll 4 dice of damage.
Also, since it came up.
Come on.
All right, and Phaedra. Oh.
Since it came up, Robert, if you hover over the thing in the upper left on roll 20, the second to last icon is a die, and it has a drop-down menu for rolling a bunch of standard dice pools.
Wait.
Left side of the screen.
Upper left. In the roll 20 interface.
Or still prefer to type it out.
So, yeah, it's gonna shoot my 9mm.
Please let somebody hit in our group.
That was Dex and firearms, correct?
Yep.
I've done a shit ton of damage.
I hit, I think. I just didn't. Or no, I guess technically I didn't hit.
And what was the difficulty?
Difficulty 6. Or, oh, you know what? Never mind. I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, don't do it.
I have a feeling of what.
Don't you fuck us. Don't you retcon some shit.
All right, so we're all good. Phaedra misses. Does she botch? Yeah, she does not botch. So you're fine. You shoot, but do not hit. So at this point, you guys have been like spraying bullets everywhere. The eye is just about to come down and start cutting you down, and Alucard jumps into action, pulls out a sword out of seemingly nowhere that you had not seen on him before, and he just gashes the eye quite right open. The eye just like kind of falls back into the wall, and he's like, "Well, that was not exactly what I was expecting here, but I think it's dead now." And he goes back over.
Swords.
I get on my mind link thing quick and go, did anyone check him for weapons?
At this point, I do not care. He deserves the best of things.
Yeah. Did that reveal the cube?
Why don't you go digging around in there for it?
No, it did not reveal the cube.
Okay. Hey, Phaedra, can you help dissolve some of this animal matter?
Yeah, I'm gonna go at it with my scalpel of correspondence now. If I can.
Just gonna wave a knife at it?
I'm gonna dissect it.
So should I sit down for a little while?
I'm going to go and sit down and do a shot analysis of why I sucked so much in this battle. Review
I'm just
the
gonna
footage from the suit. Where the hell was I even pointing that gun? Why am I pointing it there?
Yeah, I start looking over my like seizure gun thing. Like, what the hell happened here?
So, as you guys are contemplating why you guys are terrified of a giant eye attacking you.
Yeah, trying to pretend that I wasn't just shitting my pants.
Yep, me too. Me too.
Phaedra goes in deep and comes out with a cube after, engulfing herself into a giant eye.
I took plenty of samples of that, by the way.
You should probably take a bath or a shower.
The cube is
disappointed she had to leave.
glowing
the eye.
blue.
How big is it?
I assume
It's something you
photo
can hold, like in your hand.
accurate. Oh, the cube.
I thought it was so much bigger.
I'm picturing
Your plan was much bigger. What you had been building and stuff like that, it was much bigger. But apparently it is just something you can hold in your hand.
Okay.
miniaturization in the future.
I pull out my device and I try to interface with it. Beep, boop.
Give me an Arate roll, difficulty of 4.
Spending a willpower previous to the roll. Boom. That's 5. 6. That's 6 successes.
There's our rolls.
I don't know why I'm rolling so well this session.
So you are able to power down the device, and the node is starting to flow freely here, and you can feel a quake underneath you. Alucard looks over from the staff that he has implanted into the ground, and he says, well, this wasn't exactly the plan, but I'm going to need to stay here. I was hoping to trap you here with me, but apparently somebody needs to go back and get that son of a bitch back to this place so that it can get eventually eaten up by a fucking black hole. So get the hell out of here, and I'll finish up what I'm doing here.
Alucard, it's been real, man.
Yes, it
meeting
has.
you.
So, just real quick, Alucard, there's something we need to like send somebody here, like some sort of entity. Is that what you said?
Well, I don't know if it will be you, but if you can get a message back to Earth, just let the Technocracy know that if they destroy the Soul Eater that's on Earth that has escaped, then it might get in. They might be able to send it back or banish it back here. That it'll be locked away for good this time.
Huh.
Great working with you. It's been
Yeah.
a pleasure. Good job. We good?
Appreciate all the help.
Everybody good?
Thanks for not eating us.
I give
I
a
set
throwback.
down like almost a month supply of blood for him and said it was nice meeting you. You were actually fun to talk to. And then I go back to the ship.
I give a throwback to some conversation that we had when we were first hanging out on the ship. And let him know that we'll make sure that this thing gets put back where it belongs.
Good.
I'll make sure this gets put back to where it belongs.
I have to say that it was a fortune meeting you, and I look forward to you completing the mission that I sought to ought, or that I have been pursuing my entire life. I am only happy that I am able to fulfill one major part that will finally seal this thing away forever.
You make it possible, man. You make it possible.
Hey, anyone we should tell? Like friends, family, anything to just kind of let them know what happened to you? Anyone going to be showing up at your planet expecting to find you there?
Nope. Once you inform the Technocracy, I'm sure the agents of the Black Hand will find out and move to do the actions that will be needed to a certain degree.
Okay, that's not creepy at all.
All right, are we transporting out of here?
Yeah, I'm
If you want to, that's up to you.
Yep, let's
really
let's get
planning on
out.
sticking around.
All right, wait. Boop boop.
Quick question
Orfeo.
for Alucard. Oh,
Wait, go ahead.
that sword. Are you gonna need it here? It was kind of cool. I mean, I'm just
the sword materializes into your hand. It says, "Take that."
Oh yeah! I've never had a sword before.
Weren't you stabbed with a sword?
That was
that was
Tycho.
Oh no, that was Tycho.
Speaking of, I want that sword, Tycho.
Wait, did I keep that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably did.
Sweet. So we got 2 swords now.
All right, is that
Yeah, that's all I wanted.
boop,
Something
boop.
to remember him by.
Orfeo? 3 to beam up. I stayed behind. Alucard, I just wanted you to know, the past few weeks, it's been the best time of my life.
Oh, out of
I
game.
want you
real
to know
quick. Tycho's
you-
father.
Can you guys hear me? I'm having an emotional moment with
I'm
Alucard.
sorry. Go ahead.
And then I just want you to know that I consider you to be kind of like my second dad. And I give him a hug, and then I do boop boop, 1 to beam up. And I disappear.
Wow.
Right. I don't even care what he has to say.
So,
He's just stunned.
so I was trying to
That's
mind link to you quick just to double check. Didn't you say there was something about like your father we might find here?
Oh, yeah, like maybe his DNA or something. No, we got the cube. Like,
Okay.
he built it. There's probably some data in it or some shit.
Okay. As long as you're satisfied, that's fine.
Yeah, no, there was nothing down there other than possibly a bunch of clues and puzzles.
I was going to stay behind and try to get Black Hand information out of him. When he said 3 to beam up, I'm like, how did you know?
It's
All
probably
right.
you just keep going down. Like, it's not dangerous or something. I don't know.
Well, he's got a little bit of time before this black hole starts showing up. You want me to pop back, see if we can get Black Hand info? Might just make the whole process easier. Otherwise,
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't know how much concentration he needs for like his ritual. In
we
quotes.
just keep popping in and be like, "Oh, hey, man, one more thing."
By the way,
By the way, I just want to have one more question about the Black Hand. What the fuck is the Black Hand? He never did answer that at all. He's just like, yeah, we're the Black Hand. And you're like, what are we? He's like, we're this shadowy organization that runs everything. You're like, oh, okay.
that makes sense. Okay.
And we're fighting
Hey,
aliens. So.
You're gonna be trapped in a black hole for all of eternity. Can we just like borrow some of your limbs?
No! Go away.
No. Okay. Oh, wait, bothered me. Poof.
All right, I think that's
Guys,
good.
I got a sweet sword from a vampire.
Oh my god, yes. You fucking got a vampire sword.
And that's something we'll have to go over at some point then too.
Oh shit.
So I will go ahead and wrap that up at this point here. Thank you all for listening, and thank you guys for playing here. And next week we'll go back into a little bit more of episodic, just jumping around to a couple different other Umbra realms before we continue to bring down the shield of Altered Earth. All right, thank you.
Deep space planets. Good night, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Long pause. Bye.
Yeah, see everyone.